What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Heavy Steel and Hot Rods. I'm OC RPM's the Iron Working Gearhead, and today we have a good day. Like I promised y'all, I went ahead and printed out over 100 flyers, just something small. I'll go ahead and post it right there so y'all can see it. Nothing major, but I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a challenge today. I'm gonna go ahead and at least pass out 20 to 30 of these flyers and see if we can lace up some work. I'm not real concerned about how much money we can make. I just kind of want to show you guys how we do a marketing campaign, how with just a little piece of paper and maybe an investment of 30-40 bucks, you can actually nail a structural steel job site or some welding repairs or something of that nature. But let's get this started. Let's go. I am driving my mama's Traverse right now. I'm actually borrowing her car for a couple days because there is some bad news regarding the Nissan Titan, 2018 Nissan Titan with a 5.0 Cummins. I just recently got it deleted. There was a whole fucking ordeal with that as for it getting deleted because I took it to one shop and they held it for like a month, never did any fucking work. And then I took it to the next shop, got it done quickly. But now it seems like the high pressure pump on my fuel system has gone out and it left metal shavings all throughout my fuel system. So it's gonna cost me like $6,300, $6,200 to get this all fixed. So it's not ideal, it's not what I wanted to hear from the mechanic, but it's the reality of the situation. So we're not gonna complain, we're just gonna be grateful for the fact that, you know what I mean, we know a mechanic that can help us out, and I own a company that makes me money. So we're gonna go and do this marketing campaign, see if we can lace up some work. That way it won't hit me in the gut too hard when I have to go pay for all this maintenance on the vehicle. But another good thing is now at least the truck will be fully deleted. It has a good tune in it and it'll have a whole new fuel system. So there's no reason why this truck should not be functional after we get it back. Fingers crossed, and we just pray to the Lord that that's the fact. The place we're gonna go to today is actually the public auction house. It's not too far from where I live. It's actually right around the corner. So we're gonna go over there because one of my friends, actually Roel, he was the one helping us out build those Panda Expresses here in town and various different jobs here. If you guys have seen those, you probably know who he is. He's actually unable to work there anymore. He's actually handling some personal matters. So he's no longer doing the work here, but I know for a long time I was meeting him up here while he was doing work, and he was doing other jobs for me in Corpus and things like that. So I'm gonna go over here and talk to them, offer them our services, give them a flyer just in case they might need any fabrication, welding, or anything like that. If they don't, then at least they have that flyer. That's a point of contact at a later date. They can go ahead and contact me if they need. Okay, so we just made it here. Here's the flyer that I'm gonna be giving them, and here's the auction house. I don't believe we're allowed to record in there, so I'll see you guys right now when I get out. Okay, simple enough. So went in there, and actually the lady that came out of that Jeep right there, I guess is the office manager or something, and went ahead and handed it to her. She does know my buddy Roel, so that was pretty cool. She knew him. Yeah, she said if they have any additional work here coming up that they'll let me know. They say they do have a welder working right now. Not real happy with his work, but they say they're gonna give him a chance, you know. We're gonna let him do his thing till he finishes, and then they'll let me know. But that's one down. See how many more we can get today. I guess here's some food for thought. When you're doing this marketing campaigns, you're putting out flyers, you got to kind of know and kind of single it to what type of clients you want. Obviously, I'll do residential metal buildings, I'll do carports and things of that nature as well, but those are going to tend not to pay as much. You could do the same size metal building that you would do for a residential place, and they really aren't going to pay the same as you would do it commercially. So a lot of times I'm looking for commercial metal buildings. I'm looking for places that they're working on sheet metal, they're working on steel, and that might be privately owned, it's still commercial. I'll be able to go and offer my services to them. That's not to say that I won't leave some of these flyers in some neighborhoods, but when you do that, you want to kind of think about what neighborhood you're going to be putting it in. Are you going to want to go to the neighborhood, you know what I mean, government assisted neighborhoods? Probably not. Are you going to want to go to the neighborhoods that are gated and you need a code? Probably not. You want to kind of find the middle ground. If you can get a temporary access code to one of those closed, those gated communities, all for it, you know. But a lot of times those HOAs might not allow you to be building certain things on those properties. So you got to think about all those things when you're going to be doing this marketing campaign. I'm going to try to go like privately owned buildings, and I'm also going to try to hit up some like higher end neighborhoods that you can actually drive through and probably leave some of these on their mailboxes, post them up on their fence or something like that. You want the higher end clients and or the commercial work. So that's what I'm going to be aiming for today. It might be different for you. To each is their own, you know. Everybody likes doing different work. I just had better experiences doing commercial or doing privately owned commercial buildings like that. That being said, I'm gonna head into a different direction now, into McAllen area. It's a little bit bigger of a metropolitan area here in the valley, if you could say that. And I'm gonna go see if I can find any projects that are midway going and we offer our services. You never know, they might have some little repairs, little small stuff for us. And also gonna see if there are some winter Texan parks here in the valley too. A lot of those snowbirds come down from up north, and we can see if we can offer them some work as well. So we're gonna see if we can find some winter Texan parks, see if we can find some privately owned businesses, maybe if they're working on them already, and we're gonna see if we can find some higher end neighborhoods. Let's go. Okay, so I'm here like in San Juan, far area, decent looking neighborhood, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna drive through it real quick and start leaving a couple of these flyers. Now obviously you don't want to just be giving out every single flyer. You want to kind of look at them. And this house, it's a big house, decent sized property on the back, so you never know, they might be interested. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave one of these flyers right up here for them. I'm gonna go maybe a couple of these houses down and just keep on leaving a couple of these flyers down here, maybe 3 or 4 of them. I'll come back right now, but I want to show you guys something real quick. Pretty much that carport right there is like stuff that you're gonna be able to sell out here. So obviously they have one already, but we're gonna hit up some of their neighbors. Pop maybe 5 more flyers off here, try and pick some promising houses. But there's an apartment complex over there that has some existing metal roofs. Might want to go check those out. That could be a potential repair job. It has a lot of steel work already, but they have an RV sitting out here as well. That might be a potential one that we might be able to get as well. So I'm gonna leave one here. Okay, so the only bad thing I see about these apartment complexes that where I'm at right now, they're like condominiums or whatever you want to call them, little condos. They don't have an office here. So I just talked to one of the residents here, and he said just to drive and to look for a sign that says for rent, and then you'd be able to get the owner's number from there. So I'm gonna drive around real quick, see if I can find that. Hopefully we can. If not, then we'll just go on to the next place. That's unfortunate. I couldn't find any of these condos or apartments that have a number to call. So I'm just gonna go to the next spot. I had seen a place over here. It's closed down, but it is a metal building. So I want to see if I could, and it looks like a single owned place. Like one person might own it. So it's right over here. I'm gonna go leave a flyer on their door. So I left one here. Like I said, it's a metal building, has stucco on the front. Never know. And then right next door is a move it storage. So I'm just gonna leave one of these here as well. Unfortunately it fell the other way, but they'll see it. Right there's the FAR police department. That's where I'm going to next. Okay, so I talked to one of those firefighters right there, and he says that they don't do anything with the budgeting. So they wouldn't be able to give me any work. He says they do have some work, but he's like, I wouldn't be able to give like a definitive answer. He said, go to City Hall though, and go take one of these flyers, and they might be able to put you on the contractor list for the bids. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna head over there right now. Before I go there, I'm gonna stop there. Carvart Automotive. It seems like it's a privately owned building, so I'm gonna go stop there real quick. Fortunately, I wish I could bring you guys in there with me. That guy was very, very nice, had a super good attitude. But a lot of times people don't want to be recorded, and I don't like to be disrespectful and record people without their permission. And asking for permission and all that stuff gets kind of like a lengthy conversation, so I just rather just talk to you guys about it while I do these things. When I go in there, what I'm doing is I'm telling them this. I'm saying, hi, my name is Jose Avila with South Structural Steel. I'm just running a marketing campaign right now here throughout the valley, just trying to see if we can find any metal building, new construction, or repair work. We are certified welders. We are also insured, and we offer a workmanship warranty of 1 year for all of our work. So I try to hit them with a real quick elevator talk and then bounce right out of there, leave them with the flyer, say thank you, shake their hand, look them right in the eyes, make sure they got my name, they got my number, they got my email, and hopefully it'll turn into a job. See if I can talk to somebody about these contractor bids. I'm on the 2nd floor. I went to the 4th floor and they sent me here to purchasing. See if I can become a vendor for the city of FAR. Let's check it out. So I was just given this paperwork, how to become a vendor for the city of FAR. But they also told me that I could just go and talk to the people at Public Works, at the utility, things like that, to see if they have any projects. Let's do it. For the public works building and the utility side of Far, Texas, I'm gonna actually do that on my way back. Right now I'm headed into McAllen, Texas. I'm gonna try and find some higher end neighborhoods to go ahead and drop off a couple more of these flyers. And on my way back home towards 11 o'clock or so, I'll stop there at the utility building and the public works building and see if I can drop off some flyers there, let them know my services, and pretty much I'm gonna call it a day. And then it's gonna be a waiting game, see if any of these people actually start nibbling at the bait and call us back. Maybe a dumb idea or a dumb thought that I have, but a lot of times when I try to find these higher end neighborhoods, like I say, sometimes they're HOA, so they're not gonna allow very many structures to be built there in that neighborhood. But hopefully this is the fact, and hopefully I'm right, that maybe these people have land elsewhere. You know, if they live on the wealthier part of the valley and a wealthy side of town in McAllen, things like that, they might have more land. And I used to build like barn dominiums and things like that for people that were pretty much millionaires. So right now, that's kind of what I'm gonna place a little bit of betting into, a little bit of hope into that maybe if we were able to find a nice enough neighborhood in a nice part of the valley, you know what I mean, higher end, then we could maybe find a client that might need a metal building somewhere on another piece of land. Doesn't mean he needs to have it right there at his house. Maybe he owns a business. We don't know, but we're gonna try. I'm over here in McAllen, Texas, borderline Mission into Cimarron. It's a country club out here. This is what I'm talking about, trying to find the higher end clients. These people that live out here tend to be on the higher tax bracket when it comes to the majority of the people out here in the valley. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive through here. And honestly, like I just said before, we might not be able to build our structures or give them any of our services here at their house, but if I can find these people, more often than not, these people own their own businesses. You know, I've had a couple friends that their parents lived here, so I'm a little bit familiar with the area. So that's why I kind of chose this place to go to. So right now I'm gonna go over there and at least drop off 10 of them here. Hey everybody, so I just went through there, tried to find the nice houses, try to find the ones that people were actually living in, because a lot of these houses are up for sale and for rent right now. So I actually left about 11 flyers there, chose 11 houses. I have 3 more and I'm done with all the 25 flyers that I brought with me today. So I'm actually gonna go put some fuel real quick, and I'm gonna head back to Far, to the utility department. Figured I'd call the public works department before I went over there to that building, and they're actually not there. Well, there's somebody there, but the main guy isn't there. They said for me to come by tomorrow afternoon or Monday morning, and he'd be there. Tomorrow afternoon he's gonna be there after 12, and Monday morning he'll be there until 12. So I'm most likely gonna come back Monday morning, because tomorrow the cement guy is going to be coming and leveling out the ground and laying down that pad tomorrow. So I'm going to be out there filming that. So today we're going to go ahead and call it a day, guys. It's been a pretty good day. I'm not upset about it. You know, we got 3 left on us, so that means we were able to distribute 22 of these flyers. Pretty excited. I'm going to keep you guys updated as we go along with this little challenge of us marketing campaign, just the old school way, you know, passing out flyers, getting to know people, building some relationships, and hopefully sealing some jobs. So yeah, y'all stay blessed, stay grateful, stay safe. Don't look back unless you count yesterday's money, and understand that you gotta live your life with intent, guys. Set yourself a goal, and if you work towards it, you're disciplined enough, you're consistent enough, by God, you'll achieve it. Peace.